Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Let me just get myself settled, get the lighting sorted. I should have done this beforehand. Yeah, we're back with another beer review now. And I was going to do a beer that had been sent to me. I did promise Paul from Rate My Beer that as soon as his beers come, I would review them. I was thinking of doing one of them now, but I'll be honest with you, I'm really tired. Even my missus said I've got bags under my eyes and that. And he sent me 2 wheat beers, and I genuinely, because I'm tired and I really don't fancy a wheat beer, to be honest, I don't think I'll do the beer justice. So we're going to go with something different this time. So the beer we are looking at is a supermarket beer, and it's from Bath Ales. And what we're going to be looking at is their Lansdown West Coast IPA. It's in a 500ml bottle and it's coming in at 5%. And I think this one was part of a 4 for 3. I've got all my labels over here somewhere, just bear with me. I will have a nosy. If it wasn't a 4 for 3, it was something else. I think it was £1.90 from Tesco's. I'm certain this was from Tesco's, this one. And I think it's £1.90. Was it a 4 for 3 or not? I don't know, maybe it wasn't 4 for 3. No, it wasn't 4 for 3, I don't think. Anyway, I think it's £1.90 from Tesco's. Like I say, Bath Ales, their Lansdown West Coast IPA. That's their typical sort of label, just a different colour. There's the crown, there you go. So, let's get this beer open. I don't have a Bath Ales glass, so it's going to go in the Goose Island glass. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Is saying big, bold and hoppy. I'm going to guess that this beer isn't West Coast as in what maybe we all sort of expect from a West Coast. I'm going to guess it's going to be similar sort of flavours in there, but with a traditional feel about it. So let's stop waffling on, because I've done 2 minutes of chatting shit. Let's get the beer in a glass and see what we get. Like I say, I'm feeling a bit cream crackered. Work today, well, I've worked all week, work today, working tomorrow as well. So it's a long week for old Bazza. So, beer in a glass, there we go. It's looking, I would say it's not looking that, it hasn't got that sort of marmalade look that I would sort of, marmalade, is that right? Almost an orange look, I would say, that I would expect from maybe a West Coast, if you like. This is more sort of gold, I'm going to say. We got quite a nice few bubbles going up the middle of the glass. About a finger, just over a finger of white compact head. But it looks like a decent beer, that's one thing. There is a little bit left in the bottle. So let's try and give this beer a swirl and see what we get on the nose. Now, West Coast for me generally is grapefruit pine, resinous, citrus. I'm not picking a lot up, but saying that, there's something there. There's bold hoppiness in there. I think you are getting a bit of grapefruit, yeah. It's just taking a bit from my nose to pick it up. A bit of grapefruit, hoppy. Maybe a little bit of resinous on the nose, but yeah, I'm probably going to be picking up more in the taste. The old nostrils aren't working properly, shall we say. So, stop waffling on. Not often I say that, is it? Let's stop talking. Let's crack on with Bath Ales Lansdown West Coast IPA, 5%, 500ml bottle. Cheers. Okay. First impressions was, oh, yeah. Back end of that mouthful, all of a sudden it was a bit more, yeah, this is better than I thought. But we'll do all the usual stuff to start off with. Body's quite nice. Certainly for 5%, I think that's got quite a nice body. Maybe the head is helping with that. It is quite well carbonated. I think this is going to be one that does fill you up a little bit. It's not wild in the mouth, but there's lots of bubbles in there. And for me, when you drink it, you sort of get a rush up to the lips and it all sort of goes off. And then that's it. It's a little bit of a different sort of carbonation rather than just attacking your palate. It's not the smoothest or softest, but it still has quite a nice feel in the mouth. I've got to admit, this has been in the fridge for quite a while, so it is nicely chilled, and certainly with the day I've had a lot of sanding and that, it's ideal for how I feel at the moment. It is very crisp, it's very clean, I think. Really hits the spot with me being quite dry, so it is very refreshing on the taste. And I was picking this up more from the start. The maltiness was the first thing that you really get. You still get that maltiness, but the more you drink of it, and this is what I like about it, it's actually getting, it has more of a feel of a West Coast. All right, maybe that pininess isn't in there, but it is quite bitter. It's got that strong grapefruit bitterness for me. It's got that good taste of grapefruit in there. It is bitter. It does have a little bit of, pardon me, bubbles. Apart from bubbles, it's got quite a bit of a, I think there's a little bit of a resinous feel in there, which is good. And actually, I'm going to say you are getting that bit of piney resinous sort of thing in there. For me, I think it's more of a grapefruit resinous, but you do get that bit of pine, I suppose, mixed with the grapefruit sort of resinous thing. It's how you want to interpretate it. 5%. Drink's really nice, actually, 5%. The bitterness will make it feel that little bit stronger, but I think it drinks really nice, and I'm actually quite surprised. I'm actually very surprised, because I'm trying to think of the only other beer I had from them. I've only had one other beer. It's got the blue label, blue and orange label. I wasn't massively impressed with it, and I've just picked this beer up really as something different, but I think that's quite nice as a West Coast IPA. Yes, it's got a little bit of a traditional sort of side to it, but Bath ales aren't sort of, I might sound harsh here, but they're more of that sort of traditional thing. So even if it's like, even if you want to say it's a craft sort of style ale, it still has that traditional feel, but I think they've done a really good job of it, and I actually really like it. And that is one I would pick up again. It quenches your thirst, it does the job, it drinks nice. I think it's just a good, solid West Coast IPA. Yeah, maybe it's not going to compete with the likes of Elusive Brewing and some of the bigger brands out there, but for me, Bath Ales Lansdown West Coast IPA, certainly today, I think that's really nice. Yeah, it's got to be worth it trying it. £1.90, that's a bargain. So for me, that gets a thumbs up. See, I told you I'm tired, I'm lost for words. That gets a thumbs up from me. Would I drink it again? Absolutely. Hits the spot for me. Like a good, it's like a good sort of IPA with a little bit of that West Coast sort of feel in the background. Yeah, I'd pick it up again. Like I say, if you see it, give it a go, especially if you like your West Coast. It's got to be worth a try, especially at £1.90. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.